Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Jerry, talk to everybody. Say hi.
I'll be right back. What's up, everybody? Look, I got static going on behind me. Welcome to Loud and Nerdy on the Indie Escape Network. I'm Jerry Kamora, and this is my co-host, Jerry Kamora, for right now, at least. Hope everybody's doing well. If I had the little stock ticker going, I'd say you could find us everywhere. You could find us streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You could find us on iHeartRadio, all those podcasts. And if you like movies, TV shows, talking about those things, talking about some old school Twilight Zone, this is the place for you. So welcome back, my friend.
Well, you know what? It's always good having real life creep in to the show. Jerry, my name is JW Colwell, and what Jerry was trying to do, and I'm going to help him with, because I have all the groovy stuff, and he has all the
You have control over that.
I have control. We're the Indie Escape Network. We're a bunch of creative people who are working to unite creatives everywhere. We do that by doing some live streams on our network on Facebook and YouTube. They include Generation Movie, our movie history show, which is on Monday nights, and that's me and Rich Dries. We do Loud Nerdy, which is what you're watching right now, Tuesdays at 9, which is more of a pop culture friendship kind of show with me, Jerry Kamora, and the delightfully difficult and conspicuously late right now, Raven. Symbolistic Cynicism is our interview show with Gabe Symbolista. Fantastic. He has a big show coming up with Alex Soe, I believe is how we pronounce it. That's coming up in a couple weeks, August 12th on Wednesday. And that's going to be a really great show for him. And he gets all these good guests. She's been in a ton of cool things. Dr. Sleep, Haunting of Bly Manor, Pope's Exorcist, Midnight Mass. Really great young actress. Fantastic. We also have another show called Technical Defects. It's bi-weekly, every other Thursday, with Riot Ryan West and Joe Ridgely. And they have a big guest coming up on August 20th, Thursday, August 20th, Kelly Jones, comic book artist. You've seen a lot of his work in Batman. He does some great renderings. He's going to be a big part of the new Nightfall movie that's coming out. So we're super excited about having him as well. And then on Fridays, on Fridays we do Generation Movie New Release Friday. That's me, JW the Movie Guy, looking at whatever new releases are coming out. And then also, on occasion, Rich Dries. And then we were talking about Generation Movie on Monday nights. Forgot to mention, in 2 weeks, we will be doing David Cronenberg's The Fly. Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis, one of the great horror remakes in the history of cinema. So it should be fun. Okay, let's get some comments now that we got the housekeeping out of the way. Jerry, you did great. I'm sorry about that. Wife needed a pin. It is what it is. Good evening. Good evening, Joe Ridgely. Good evening, friends. Canuck Ken in the house. Good to have you early tonight, Ken. Timothy Sheriff. Hello, everyone. Hello, Timothy. Thank you for joining us. Did you just go by Tim or Timothy? Let us know. We try to keep everybody happy. But tonight's episode, we're gonna talk news. We're gonna talk the $4-day billion-dollar movie. We're gonna talk. I have a real interesting thing planned with Jerry where we're gonna talk about how his kids might actually be a great kind of like socialism experiment. Not socialism, but social study experiment of movie going, because I think it's really interesting, because I think your kids both love going to the movies.
Yep.
Right? So we're going to talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to get into it. We're only going to do the live action movies, but I'm going to give you my ranking for the 9 Spider-Man movies that are live action. I'm not going to include Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, mainly because they have very little, they can do anything, right? Live action, they're a little bit hampered by what you can do with real life people in film. Yep. The animated movies kind of can do anything, so I'm going to kind of leave them alone. But the story of the week and the weekend and right now the summer is we have $2 billion movies dueling at the box office, although it wasn't much of a duel this weekend. Spider-Man Brand New Day.
It ate everything.
It ate everything. And it grossed another $47 million today, or Monday, I should say, which is the highest grossing Monday in the history of box office statistics. By a lot, like by a decent chunk, like something like $20 million or so. But if you look at the charts from the weekend, I mean, it was an absolute, first off, it was the biggest box office weekend of all time, in a sense that all of the movies that play, like, so, and again.
And there he goes. It must rain every Tuesday down there. I know it rains a lot.
There's only 2 movies, very top heavy. 3 Oh, it's right. Oh, I'm back. Okay,
back.
Sorry. We had a lot of success last night, so I'm hoping we can stick with it. I'm back. Okay, so Spider-Man Brand New Day, it grossed $360, breaking the record of Avengers Endgame. It had a $47 million Monday, so it's already over $400 million domestic, which is astounding. And it's already over $645 million internationally. So it's at as of this writing, it's at $1.05 billion in 4 days.
That's crazy.
Speaking of things that are $1 billion, worth $1 billion, the delightfully difficult Raven. Hi.
Uh-oh.
Hi.
It's 9 o'clock somewhere.
It is.
It's 9 o'clock somewhere. What do you drink? What are we drinking tonight?
I'll give you a pick. Green can or blue teal can?
Green.
Okay. Sour Monkey.
Oh, a 9.5er, huh?
Yeah, sour triple.
That fits. All right. Welcome. We're discussing $1 billion movies.
I saw.
So it's already at 1.05 billion. Spider-Man's kind of like taking names, kicking ass. And then the Odyssey had $51 million. So the top 2 movies grossed something over $400 million. And then the rest of the movies grossed about 30 million combined. But still the biggest weekend of all time. The Odyssey, by the way, is at 405 domestic in 2 weeks. International 516 for 922. It's definitely going to hit $1 billion. Although fun things are happening because Odyssey is about to lose its IMAX screens, although not the 70 millimeter IMAX screens, but some of the IMAX screens, because their contract was for 3 weeks exclusive, and Spider-Man is jumping into that game with IMAX tickets on sale August 7th, is where I read. Well, it's a way to make a second weekend even bigger because it's like, oh, you didn't see it in IMAX.
Yeah,
you can see it in IMAX now. You only saw it in whatever large format was not IMAX. Now that it's an IMAX, and like they even put out a special poster. It's him on the top of a car doing the flip with the wrist, and he's latched on with a web to the IMAX logo. So they know where their bread is buttered in this particular case.
Mm-hmm. All about marketing.
Let's get some comment. Tim, if it's Timothy, I know I did something I should have not done. Laugh out loud.
Right,
and it's Tim. Internet that works is overrated. Laugh out loud. Okay, internet update for the house and for the folks watching the show and for people on the network. AT&T is out front. They are building the fiber optic network in the front of my house. So I will have it within 2 or 3 months. But up until then, we're going to have to work. Is that like Brass Monkey? No, it's not a funky monkey. or a junkie. So no. Thank you, Joe Ridgely. But what do you guys think? You guys, did you guys go out and experience Spider-Man on the opening weekend? Did you go out and partake in the match? Because did you see it with a big crowd? Because I think the crowd response is what makes the movie.
I am going to go see it in the theater this week. Well, actually, next week I have a guest that we're going to go see it.
Don't let anybody ruin it for you.
No,
But
I did see it.
Yes, you haven't seen it in theater, so we're good.
But I'll be seeing it, in the theaters next week.
I'm
going with a big group of people.
I'm not going to get into any spoilers because we're only 5 days in. But I will tell you that one of the greatest things in that movie is a scene in that movie that you saw at your house badly. And I'm going to tell you, there's no way you can replicate it in a theater, Jerry, right? The scene that happens between Peter and MJ and everybody, like the audience is just bubbling, and then gut punch and then magic. It's absolutely one of the best scenes in a theater in years.
I think we can give away who she was playing.
No, we cannot.
Oh yeah, that was the worst.
I'm not going to give away anything. I'll talk about other stuff.
I'm not going to give away something, but my son had an interesting point, and it's about Marvel movies in general because of course, when he was younger, he liked the stuff. Then he got away from movies for a while. Now they're starting to go to the movies, him and his buddies and stuff this summer. But he made an interesting point that Marvel does this thing where they have these characters that they introduce. Of course, I'm not going to say who's in what movie or whatever, but in a lot of cases, he doesn't know who they are and he doesn't understand the backstory. So he said, sometimes it's difficult to follow because I don't know who this person is.
So he has no idea. He has no idea. Right. He has no idea who somebody saying.
They weren't a major character in his Spider-Man, the typicals, right?
Right.
So it was just interesting that he brought it up because I could understand that. I guess if you don't know, you wouldn't know why, right?
There has been the growing consensus about Marvel, the MCU. We're almost 30 movies in. It's been a good chunk of time and change. There is some concept of that it is homework. And
yes, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
The idea that you don't necessarily know who's going in, and if you are well versed in comics, and everybody around you, if you're not well versed in comics, like your son, and everybody else around you is reacting to this name on a screen,
right?
It's on a computer screen where it happens, and you don't know who the fuck that is. You might feel like you're a little bit left out of the.
That's what happened. That's kind of what.
My question is. Now my question is, did he go and research who she is? Does he know now who she is?
He does now, but
it her?
At the time,
I had to tell him. I had to tell him.
Oh my God! What a surprise! Joe Ridgely has entered the studio.
Once he figured it out, that he got
Hi.
His voice from above.
What's up?
That's what I was trying to do. We're good now.
You're just coming in to put a logo up?
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
You don't want to say
this one? Is that new?
The one he put up by you.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy as fuck. Again, he does creepy stuff on his show, but then he comes to our show every once in a while, and that was the most grand poobah of things. Like, I'm here to just do this.
Stamp of approval.
Loudly. But I think that's a fair point by your son. That there is, like, if you're in on it, it's great. But if you don't necessarily know who that is, it's also not great.
I think there was a couple characters that could have been cut that didn't need to be in the movie. There was some bloat.
Okay.
There was definitely some bloat.
I I think there's always going to be bloat because we're only getting, like, this is the first Spider-Man movie in 5 years. So,
Very true.
You know what I mean? Like, I think for every bit of bloat, you get people complaining with something like Supergirl, where you only have a certain, like, it's an hour and 43 minutes, not a lot of time, or you have a little bit of question about, the people not deserving of a full, like, movie. You know what I mean? Like, I think you have to thread the needle, and MCU is going long, is how they're going. But I think all the cool villain cameos at the top, recreating,
those I thought were needed.
Comic books.
I'm trying to keep to your don't tell anybody people are in the movie rule here. I'm just saying
I think people know the hand is
that I think they only stuck in the movie because they wanted to show some tits. She was not needed whatsoever.
So wait, somebody was shown in the movie for tits?
Oh yeah, she was only in the movie for tits. That's it.
Ooh.
I missed that part.
Yeah, what am I missing?
There's a scene in a bathroom or a spa, and I'm just saying she wasn't needed.
No, she's definitely needed.
And could have been on the cutting room floor.
She is always needed, sweetheart.
She was needed for you.
Yes.
I mean, I like her too, but
not just
she wasn't needed.
I find she is always needed. She is always needed. Like that particular cameo is out because she's going to the premiere and all these different things. As Ken writes, tits are always needed. I can't believe Tom Holland is 30 years old. That's true. Let's see the popcorn bucket. Okay.
You bought the popcorn bucket.
Of course, yeah. It's my new obsession. It's a very cool popcorn bucket, and it's very specific because it has the chip. Like it has this inhibitor chip, which I think is super cool. Very specific. Also, not the coolest thing I bought. The coolest thing I bought is this thing. And this is a cup exclusive to AMC only. He spins around. Ooh. And also, I just want you to look at it. The figure is so detailed. Like he's got the shiny costume and everything.
Did they give
and
out
then
a
the
poster
cup
for
lights
this
out,
one or no?
No, nothing. They gave out nothing. I saw it on Wednesday with the Amazon thing. Nothing. I saw it on Thursday in Dolby. Nothing. It was no.
Like, I was nuts because we don't have that AMC up here. When I was down there, I'm like, "What's this?" They're handing us posters. Like, what is this? They have beer.
Well, yeah, you guys don't have an AMC.
Like,
you don't have an AMC, and you don't have you don't. Yeah, you actually, and you went to one of the Crown Jewels. That theater we went to is one of the busiest theaters in the country. Like that theater at Disney Springs AMC is one of the busiest in the country. Crazy. I like the movie very much. I think it's a really good movie. It's well done. I think we're gonna get into it in a second about Tom Holland and his place right now. Because he is, whatever you think and whoever you thought was Spider-Man, that time has passed. And I was thinking about it. We'll get to some other things in a moment, but I was thinking about it. Like Spider-Man is now, he has been, and I don't think we've noticed it, but this will be the $3 billion Spider-Man movie. 3. And then he's also involved in Civil War and Endgame and Infinity War. So he's involved in 6 of the top 10 grossing movies of all time.
Spider-Man's the biggest Marvel character ever.
That is, yes, he is. And what I think we need to start talking about, not only is he the biggest Marvel character ever, right? And that, I think that goes without saying. Because I was looking, we're going to go over numbers with the franchise in a moment. And even the movies where we didn't think they were big, what is it? Oh, that's super
Spider-Man.
cool. That's awesome. Whatever we thought about how well Andrew Garfield's movies did, I guarantee when we get to the numbers, you're going to be shocked at how big they were. Even though they were I put up air quotes and my fingers are up for everybody listening. Disappointments at the box office. Like, you're going to be shocked. But what I want to talk about is Spider-Man now in league with these characters that are widely regarded as the most profitable characters in movie history? Is he on par with James Bond? I think he might be, even though he only has 9 films compared to Bond's 20, right? Is he on par with Batman? I think yes, because I think quality-wise, you could make a case that there are more
Batman at this point.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. Even though I love Batman, even though I love, Michael Keaton and I love Batman 89 and Batman Returns and everything, but Batman Forever isn't super great. Batman and Robin is abysmal. Right? And then you have the Dark Knight trilogy, which the first Batman Begins is good. Dark Knight is great, truly great. And then Dark Knight Rises is, for me at this point, almost unwatchable.
Well, they sort of struggled to keep Batman correct, right? In a way.
Yes. And then the new Pattinson Batman was good too, but those are 2 of the characters that Spider-Man is now on par with. And then the other one I throw in, and it's a personal thing, but Indiana Jones. Like, these are 3 of the most profitable characters in film history, and they're not even close. They're not even in the same stratosphere as Spider-Man is right now. Like, and he is, how do I say this? For all the talk of comic book movie fatigue, and we don't know if we want to go see all these Marvel movies, he is undefeated. He can't be beat. And it's a real interesting. I think it's the kid. I do think that there is such a bond with this kid and this character, and that as he starts to, like, and they were talking about a succession plan for him. They were talking about what his contract looks like with how many movies he has left on his contract. Nobody really knows. But, I mean, you got to assume they're going to back up a Brinks truck to his house, right? And just
basically, Sam Raimi was a genius by rekindling the whole Spider-Man.
Well, if you remember, I don't know if you know about this, but like in the 90s, the person that was going to rekindle Spider-Man was James Cameron. James Cameron had forever had the rights to Spider-Man and eventually gave them up. And then they reverted to Sony in the bankruptcy sale. And then they went to Sam Raimi, and Sam Raimi, genius.
But he was probably the smartest choice just because of his camera work alone. I mean, the way he films a movie, right? You could see that.
And if you think about it,
in Darkman, in Spider-Man,
right. And if you think about it, when we get into it, if you think about the most beloved of the Tobey Maguire Raimi franchise is Spider-Man 2 because of Dr. Ock, right? Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Think about all of the things that go into creating Doc Ock and how many of them are Evil Dead or horror movie tricks. Like the sequence where Doc Ock becomes Doc Ock is a terrifying horror sequence in a hospital where everybody's getting dragged down by the arms, right?
Yeah.
And I just think we don't give Raimi as much credit as we should for realizing the fine line between horror movie and kid who gets bitten by radioactive spider.
Right. And you can argue that like Darkman is like superhero like too, right? I mean,
hey, speaking of Darkman, did you hear that today?
I saw that too. That's interesting.
Shit. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm referring to saying holy shit to, there was an announcement that Sam Raimi is working on a Darkman movie. Awesome. Also, like it was a weird announcement week where a bunch of IPs that Jerry and I love where you don't necessarily go, I don't know who anybody else likes these movies.
Like Puppet
Like
Master.
There was an IP announcement. There was an announcement for Charles Band out of his autobiography about the Puppet Master series.
About Reanimator too.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about Reanimator, but Jesus, that would be
interesting.
that would be in line with the rest of the week.
Yeah, it would.
So he announced a Darkman reboot with Sam Raimi working on it. They announced and possibility of Liam Neeson coming back, which that would be spectacular. And then the minor announcement was Charles Band got announced in his autobiography. Charles Band was a great filmmaker. Full Moon Pictures from the 80s and 90s. These were great, low budget, excellently fun movies that you could go into a video store and be attracted to the box. And the movie was like these cheap, low budget, very fun and very original shit. But his franchise was something called Puppet Master. And basically just about like possessed toys, right? And eventually they got so popular as a franchise that the demon toys became good guys and were fighting other bad demons. Like, you know what I mean? And so, but he announced that he has a plan in place with Blumhouse, but he is getting all of the merch and all of the rights. Like, he is getting a very good deal. It's something they might have bought at a fire sale or something, but because Blumhouse cares about horror filmmakers, they're including him in the process. So I read that. I sent it immediately to Jerry just because I know that Toulon's puppets. Yes, there's like 5 of them, 5 or 6 of them. They're not all good, but some of them are really good.
3 is great.
3 is fantastic. But they're all like these fun little movies. But I was watching that going, yeah, that's about right. That's cool. And then the Darkman news, I was floored by the Darkman news. Because Darkman, I think, is
involved with it. It should be good, right?
Yeah, Charles Band.
Reanimator.
Oh, here we go.
Joseph Morgan from Vampire Diaries and Katie Casso from Arrow.
So wait, the guy from Vampire Diaries is playing Dr. Herbert West.
They already started taping. They've already got pictures already out. A contemporary reimagining of H.P. Lovecraft's Herbert West Reanimator.
I don't know. The question there is,
that's the dude.
Deadline is reporting. Came out
that's about
the end of last month.
I don't know anything about this guy. So I know the girl from Arrow, but I don't know anything about this guy.
He's been in Halo as well as Vampire Diaries. He also did the originals afterwards.
That particular remake is going to have trouble because how do I say this, Jerry? And back me up if I'm correct. Replacing Jeffrey Combs is the real problem of a Reanimator movie. And also, if you're going to make it funny, but also like that particular franchise is really twisted and fun.
It's very dark, funny.
Yes, I mean, you literally
he brings a serious.
I will say that he does have a following. Right. So
the guy from Vampire Diaries. Okay, cool. My only the 2 questions I have: whether or not you can replace. Oh, we lost Jerry. Whether or not you can replace.
Are having storms up this way.
Okay, and now our go-to on everything is storms. It's not us. Replacing, but the 2 problems I have: replacing Jeffrey Combs could be a problem. Also, how dark and how funny are you going to make it? The original film, Raven, I don't know if you know anything about it, but the original film literally has somebody's head in between somebody's legs, and it's just a head doing awful things. Or not awful things, but just not consensual things.
Can do it. He did some very funny scenes in the things that he's done. I'm more worried about, is it going to be well written? Is it going to be,
Yeah, that's weird. I'm not worried about. I think the fun of the 3 reboot. First off, Sam Raimi is working on another Darkman movie. Yes, 1,000 times yes. That's like telling me that Peter Jackson's going to work on another Dead Alive movie. Yes, go back to your roots.
Yeah.
Have fun. Go back and do
Bad taste,
something.
right?
Yeah, do something great. And take all the money you've earned with all these other franchises and put it into something you really love.
Okay, now I've got a picture where it says director. Mike Grossman is directing. Original screenplay from Jade Sandberg. I have no idea who either of these people are.
Jade Sandberg. Let's we have the internet right in front of us. Has Jade Sandberg written anything good? Jade Sandberg Wallace. Deadliest Catch, Storm Chasers, and The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And now Reanimator.
And now fucking Reanimator.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that. That one.
We'll see.
And Michael Grossman is a director of I don't feel good about this anymore.
What is Michael Grossman the director of?
Drop Dead Diva, Cobra Kai, and Pretty Little Liars.
Cobra Kai is appropriate. Cobra Kai, because you need the 80s sensibility to make a Reanimator.
They're turning
movie.
it into a YA show. That's pretty much what I just got off of all that read.
Oh, well, no, he can't be young adult.
That is exactly what they're turning this into.
Like a soap opera?
Well, I hope the young adults like bodies, lots of bodies. Anyway,
Chad, you can bring him life.
Listen, he'll have the Ryan Murphy audience for him. There we go.
Maybe that one makes me worried.
Give him life.
Sam Raimi doing Darkman's great. Charles Band getting money from Blumhouse, which has a ton of money, and bringing Toulon's puppets back to life. That one could have wide appeal, and as long as you pay homage to the originals and maybe release the originals on like streaming and Blu-ray, don't break your shit, Jerry. Blade is the best.
That is so cool. I used to see that at the Hot Topic, and I used to want to like run with it out the store all the time.
He's amazing. I love him.
He's right beside the door.
That face? There's the quiz.
Is it Klaus Kinski?
Nope. Richard Lynch.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because he was in 3. This puppet is actually from 3, even though it was in the first one too. Because it's a throwback, right?
Okay, let's get some comments as we delve into 80s talk. Nothing like a little had to go with tits. Yeah, great. Digging the static, Jerry. It's freaking me out. Tom Holland owes his success to Raimi's Darkman. No,
see, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Tom Holland.
Sam Raimi in general.
I think you're.
He's too pretty for that.
Raimi. Also, Tom Holland is like. I think we're in the very much in the middle of the Holland songs. Songs that are at the box office right now that are number 1 and 2 are both movies that star Tom Holland. So he is in 4 of the 6 top grossing movies of all time. We have to start noticing him.
They are currently the top making money couple as well.
Oh yeah, they're on fire. Don't know where he went. Darkman was made for a TV movie, probably going to be blah. I don't know. Raimi tends to make good shit. Like even if it is a television, like even if it was like a Darkman TV show, I wouldn't have a problem with that because things have gotten a lot better on TV. Like
you could
I think Kevin, that is a very 80s, 90s, 2000 attitude. It's something I used to have. My dad used to have it. Like movies are bigger than television, but in reality, now if you say to me,
it's a great renaissance of TV happened. Oh, that has happened, I should say.
Well, no, but the difference between TV and movies is very it's thin. It's thinner than it ever was. And if you said to me we're going to make a Darkman show that's 8 episodes on HBO Max or Universal on Peacock, could it be any worse than what we're like the Crystal Lake show that we have no idea what it's going to be? The Darkman show, I know what it'll be. It'll be him working on the fucking mask. Yeah, it'll be all about the science. It'll be amazing. Dark. Joe has a dark.
I love how he's breaking up right in the middle of it. Joe has
and
a dark.
Chubby right now. No.
Chubby.
No, I'm back. No Darkman, no Spider-Man. Tell that to the Hoff and his Nick Fury made for TV movie. Different. It's like I said, that Nick Fury TV movie was made in the late 80s, early 90s. Different. It's a different time. Movies and television are interchangeable, and actually it might even be safer for something like Darkman and even Puppet Master to go to a show. It might like look what a better understanding of this, Joe, would be Chucky made really fun movies, but the
Puppet Master
television
would
show
really do well as a TV show, I think.
Yeah.
I guess it
right,
depends.
and this
Sometimes it
exactly,
works,
Ryan. A multicam show is a novelty. TV is filmed like movies anymore. Yes, and think about like something like the show that I'm thinking about for like Puppet Master, even Reanimator, even Darkman, is the Chucky TV show because it's a good show. It's well done, and it's not the same as the movies. You have a lot more to work with. You have a lot more to deal with. It gets better into the lore. I wouldn't have a problem with either of those things. Although Blumhouse is buying something, they want to release it to a theater.
Well, I guess that could be
they're-
true. I mean, Darkman, you
I
can
think-
get more into the history of it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, and yes, and you could also get into the idea of like a scientist trying to discover something. You could entirely do the first movie, like a redo would be a great eight episode opening arc. First movie you could go over 8 episodes. It could be really fun. And like I said, I don't think it's nearly as bad as right. Leaving me shivering with anticipation. Yes. The latest Swamp Thing show is great. Annoyed there will never be season 2. Again, blame Warner Brothers. God, they suck. Also, another thing that came up this week, fun. And again, speaking of Warner Brothers, because Joe brought it up, I didn't bring it up. What I would say, Warner Brothers is about to make one of the biggest mistakes I've ever seen. So, it came out that when they made the contracts for the Barbie movie, they did not include sequels in the Barbie movie. The contracts for Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie and anybody who played a Ken or a Barbie were not included for sequels because when they made the movie, they didn't think it was going to do well. They just wanted to keep the deal with Mattel going. And Mattel has Mattel's working on a bunch of things right now. They're working on a Hot Wheels movie, all kinds of shit from Mattel. But the news came out this week that all of the actors and the director Greta Gerwig are all in contract negotiations with Warner Brothers for Barbie 2. And, this is a movie that grossed $1.5 billion.
Oh, Greta's been open on her Instagram and her socials that she's already has it written and everything.
Yes, they have. They have a working screenplay. They just need everybody to sign the contracts. And it will be the next thing she works on. They both have things they're working on. Gosling and Robbie are both. Robbie's working on the Ocean's 11 prequel. Gosling's working on Starfighter. Greta Gerwig is working on Narnia, the Narnia movie she has coming out.
Narnia has been pushed. Netflix
I know,
has
but
announced they've pushed
that
it.
means that means she's still working on it. So they have time. But I found out today, Zaslav doesn't want to pay them more money, any of them more money, and they all earn minimum on the first movie. And when I say minimum, like Margot Robbie, I think it was like $3 million for Margot Robbie, $3 million for Gosling, $3 million for Gerwig. And I don't know if you know anything, but Gosling is he has a $500 million hit. Margot, and they also have Barbie. So
they paid John Cena how much money? He was only in it for like 5 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. The idea that you don't want to pay the 3 people that are responsible for the movie doing well is insane. The idea
he was
that
a mermaid.
You get it?
Yeah.
You saw him. But yeah, it's an amazing story. And here's where it gets really fun, Raven. I don't know if you know this, but if they don't have a plan in place to make another movie
it could go to a different studio, right?
December, no, it doesn't go to a different studio, but all the rights revert back to Mattel to go out to anybody else. Not just any studio, like it could go anywhere.
Right? Mattel's going, come on.
Oh yeah, Mattel's waiting for it.
Fumble the ball, baby.
Come on, you stupid bastard.
Fucking Zaslav. That man is a fucking terror. He is just the absolute worst.
Well, he's crapping his pants right now because of the whole they're having problems with the Paramount deal. So
that they should have seen that coming. They were going to have a problem with the deal no matter what, because you're talking Warner Brothers, and again, we've talked on the show about this. Warner Brothers is one of the big 4 studios in the history of Hollywood. To combine them with Paramount and do all this stuff in a rush, it just doesn't feel right. Netflix felt better to me than Paramount and then the Ellisons, because I don't think the Ellisons know what the fuck they're doing. So I don't know. Let's see. Ken is going to be beyond enough. Maybe if he gets his fucking money, he needs to get paid. Plus he has Ghost Rider in the pipeline, and he's working on Starfighter. Yeah. Gosling is Ghost Rider now, and you couldn't even see John Cena. The jokes write themselves on Tuesday nights, folks.
They definitely do.
Let's do the somber part of the good part and then the somber part of our evening next. I do want to say somebody who was on the network passed away. His name's Jim Crut. You may not know him, but if you've seen Dawn of the Dead, which is one of the great zombie classics of all time from the 70s, Jim Crut was the helicopter zombie. He has been on our network a number of times, and every single time he was on our network, he was an absolute pleasure of a man. Like he's right there in the center. And everything you hear about him, you hear nothing but good things. Con-wise, he's on the bottom left there. He's left under Joe there. And then he's also here left. He was a great guy. He made a lot of movies. He did a lot of things. But he's most famous for being the helicopter zombie from Dawn of the Dead, which is one of the great deaths in film history. He's walking towards a propeller and his head gets lopped off, but just the top. He was personally hired by Tom Savini on that movie, personally to do that role. And he became like a legend for that, a horror film legend. And then, he did other things but he went to cons, he met people. He's a big part of the Living Dead community. And he was an all around great guy. And so he's been on our network several times. We want to say rest in peace. We want to say condolences to the family, friends, people who knew him, people who were on our shows with him. May he rest in peace. And we wish him the best. And just, it was kind of the interesting thing for me was I'd never met him. I know he's been on our network. But watching it ripple through Facebook after his wife posted it, and all the people that kind of responded and being like, oh, I met him at a con. He was so kind. He was constantly putting up things like one of my favorite things on his page his Facebook page was somebody did a shot-for-shot recreation of for Legos of Dawn of the Dead, and his favorite thing, he put up his little head getting cut off, and people, you don't have to do that shit when people are fans of your work. You don't have to engage, and you don't have to recognize when people are talented or recognize when people are nice or kind. And he just was a kind guy who did that. And he talked people up. And so rest in peace to Jim Crott. Condolences to his family, friends, everybody, celebrating him and also missing him. I know it came as a shock. It rippled through. I know I was watching it play out on Facebook as it just rippled out that, his wife made the announcement, and then, people were shocked, and then people were like, no, it can't be true. And then, so that is the kind of footprint you want to leave in your life. When people find out you've passed, that everybody's talking about, he was so nice, anyway, it's a loss for the genre. It's a loss for cons, because he was always really kind and nice at cons. And so just think about watching Dawn of the Dead this week. Other business, great movie. Happy birthday to Church, Thomas Churchill. A happy birthday to you, sir.
I got a great face in that picture.
You look like you're sniffing glue.
Still am.
But happy birthday, Church. He's a good friend of the network, and we like him very much. Very smart man. He's working on 3 Killer Pigs, which we hope to have him on.
Having him on soon for the
soon.
pigs.
Yeah, soon. And also, just a good friend of the network, and we like him very much. And he's made some really great movies. The Amityville series he's been working on, and all kinds of things. So happy birthday, Church. Carry on doing what you're doing. Fun. Let's do the big segment, and then we'll do some other segments. And let's do the big segment I had planned. So this is going to be a comprehensive look at the 9 movies. I guess I'm screwed when I'm done. No, Joe, I think people would be upset. You had a heart condition, you had a heart thing happen, you had the eye thing happen. Everybody's worried about you on the network.
It'd be like the George Carlin thing.
Good
George
now,
Carlin.
right?
There was concern. You're okay. You're okay now. Everything's fine. Everybody loves you.
The eye thing's good now.
Yeah, the eye
People always
thing's good.
talk shit about you when you're alive, but when you're dead, they have the nicest things to say. How about Jim? Jim, he's an asshole. How about Tom? Tom, he's an asshole. Well, Carl's dead. Well, Carl, he was an asshole, but a well-meaning asshole.
He was a good guy.
They say the nicest thing about you.
Let's do a comprehensive. Joe has a pet that will be pissed if he doesn't get fed. True. I'd miss Joe. I wouldn't give him a hug, but I'd miss Joe. Anyway, that's a long-standing joke. Let's talk about the franchise rankings. Okay. I'm going to go from bottom to top. I think that's the best way to go. Bottom and top. I'm picking as my last. I think Spider-Man 3 is pretty bad. Like,
I can agree with that.
And when I say bad,
That's
I don't
the one
mean
with the dance, right?
Yes.
I love the dance.
The dance is fucking awful.
Zendaya just did the dance.
The dance is bad.
The dance is so funny.
No, it's not.
It is.
No,
So
it is not. So Spider-Man 3 came out in Spider-Man 3 came out in 2007. It grossed it had a production budget of $258 million. It opening weekend was 151. It grossed 338 domestic, 896 worldwide. And if you look at the adjusted inflation amount, it's 586 instead of 338. So a massive movie, 896, didn't hit $1 billion. I think it's the worst of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. I think it's the worst Spider-Man.
Favorite.
No, it's not. It's the worst of the worst.
I
agree with that.
Yeah, but it's Venom. Venom is awful.
213.
No, it is bad.
Okay,
I'm joking
wait,
with you.
I'm
It's
sorry.
bad.
Actually,
I'm
hold
joking
on.
with you.
I made a mistake. It's not the worst. The worst is Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Wait.
I'm sorry. Made a
Okay,
mistake.
wait. You're saying it's not the worst one now?
No, I'm saying it's not the worst one. Made a mistake.
Okay.
I was looking one over. Amazing Spider-Man 2, not Andrew Garfield's fault, but the villains are terrible. It's Electro. It's Electro and Green Goblin again. And it's just a bad script. It's not good. But, and here's where it gets fun. If I told you that movie, Amazing Spider-Man 2, grossed, first off, it had $200 million production budget. Opening weekend was $91 million. Domestic box office was $203, but it grossed worldwide $709 million.
Jeez.
So $709 million disappointment. Like, it's an astounding thing.
I think I'm stuck on which one I would think is the worst.
I think 2 is the worst. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the worst. Spider-Man 3 is bad. I like
make a superhero movie and you're likely to do pretty well regardless.
Yes,
I think my issue is I do like Lizard in that movie. I like Electro, just that that outfit was horrible. If it was Electro from
it's bad. It's
one,
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is bad. By the way, Lizard is not in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's not that. Oh wait,
it's Dale DeHaan as Green Goblin and Electro.
Oh God, that's right.
That's the worst one. Okay.
That is that.
Spider-Man 3 is
okay.
Spider-Man 3 is
that. Okay.
Spider-Man 3 is 8. Also, just so we're clear, this is only live action. I'm not doing any of the Into the Spider-Verse. We talked about it earlier.
Totally forgot about that guy's Green Goblin. That was horrible.
Okay. So bad movie Spider-Man 2. Bad movie Spider-Man 3, the Raimi 3. That's Venom, that's Sandman. That's not good, is what it is. It's just
I forgot about that, guys.
What's
next? I put the Amazing Spider-Man next. So in 7th place, Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay.
I put it here strictly for the chemistry between Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield is fun, and actually Garfield is really good as Spider-Man.
I like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's a really good Spider-Man. This movie, Amazing Spider-Man, $220 million.
Weren't well written.
They're not good. They're not good movies. He got betrayed. Amazing Spider-Man, 220 budget, 62 opening weekend, 262 domestic, 758 worldwide. Again, disappointing. $758 million. Also, if you adjust for income, if you look at it and adjust, the Amazing Spider-Man, instead of 262, it now becomes 394, which again is nice. But again, 758. So that's disappointing. That's 7. Okay, so 7, 8, 9 is Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3 with Venom and Sandman and just bleh. And then Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Electro, bad. Okay, after that, we jump to 6. 6, I'm gonna go Far From Home. Now, I like Mysterio. I like the plot with Nick Fury. I like Night Monkey. I like all of that shit. I think Far From Home is fun, and it it's a boost. That movie, just so we're clear, in 6th spot, Far From Home had a $160 million budget, 92 opening weekend, 391 domestic box office, $1.1 billion. And that's where you're going to start to see some interesting things. Because again, the Holland Spider-Man's, what was that?
You know what ruins that movie for me? The post-credit scene.
Okay. Is that the one with the patients?
No, it's with the Skrulls. They dropped the ball so badly with the Skrulls. I don't ever want to be reminded of them ever again.
Fine. So that's 5. That's 6. 5, I'm going to give Homecoming, right? That's Spider-Man's first adventure in the MCU. It's him and it's Tony Stark. I also put this movie is great. And I would say that one of the more interesting things about this movie as we progressed out, the way Michael Keaton plays the Vulture, very good, well written. kind of a blue collar worker guy who's jealous of one percenters. Really like it. And Keaton brings
We
the
got
gruff.
more of it.
I wish we got more of Keaton. Yes. I think
He
Keaton,
was so good as the
he
Vulture.
was really good as the Vulture, but he's really good in the scenes with him and just Peter, where he's like, if you mess with my business again, I'm going to kill people you love.
He's like really good at everything.
Yes, he
Basically.
is.
He's
Yes.
such a good villain. Like, I want him to show up somewhere else. I want
Yes,
him to be
and the
bigger
idea
villain.
that he somehow got far flung into the bad Sony verse is not good for me.
The problem
Okay,
is
so-
he's my Batman. That's the problem.
That's fine. I'm acceptable of that.
And he's
So
Mr. Mom.
that's 5. Now here's where it gets fun. Original Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I'm going to go 4. I think it's a good movie. I think it's well done. I think it's exceptional. Tobey Maguire is really good. I don't particularly like. I don't think anybody does, but I don't think. I think MJ is miscast as much as we want to like it. But it has Willem Dafoe playing the Green Goblin. It has, Harry Osborn's good in it. Everybody's great in this movie. It's fun. It's 4, but it's not for lack of being a good movie. It's just 4 because I think the other movies in the franchise are better. Spider-Man, by the way, $139 million budget, opening weekend of 114, domestic box office of 405, worldwide
It has
box
the
office
kids.
of 823. And here's where it gets fun. The actual inflated adjusted domestic box office is 833. So in the coming weeks, as we get closer with whatever Brand New Day makes, you will have to
it's
deal with
close.
the inflated adjusted domestic box office, people. Spider-Man is 833. So if this Brand New Day gets to anywhere close to $800 million in this day and age with streaming, with COVID impacted theaters, with any of those things, if it gets anywhere close, if it sniffs $800 million, we can finally put the red bed to the rest of the Raimi kind of like drawing the character. Number 3 on my list, Brand New Day. I think Brand New Day is fantastic. It's well written. It's well done. The chemistry between Zendaya and Tom Holland are great. And I'm going to point out, it is now his character. We are going to have these debates. We can fight about it till the nerds come home. Roosters cock-a-doodle doing and everything. Tom Holland is now Spider-Man. He is the basis of the character, and going forward, we will judge every other Spider-Man that ever gets made against Tom Holland's Spider-Man, not Tobey Maguire, not Andrew Garfield. It's just how it is.
It's not even like acting for me. It's the costume.
Well, the costume, it's him. There's something about him. I don't know.
For me, it's they finally got the freaking eyes right. The fact
I'm
that they
glad
finally got those eyes to animate,
so
that's what sold me.
So right now, budget is $225. Its domestic box office is 407. Opening weekend was 360. International 645. So it's already at $1 billion. So it's already well on its way to be one of the most, successful Spider-Man movies of all time. Second place, and again, it's fan service. It is what it is. But Far From Home is great. No matter when you watch it, no matter who you watch it with, no matter how you watch it. I rewatched all of the Holland Spider-Man movies leading up to last week. I'm gonna tell you, it's not the 3 Spider-Men that make Far From Home great. What makes Far From Home great is the villain stuff. The idea that this Peter Parker in this particular universe wants to give the villains a second chance. And some of them are up for the task. Some of them, Doc Ock, for example, is up for the task. But the idea that those moments with all the villains in Doctor Strange's basement are really great scenes with all these great actors. And some people get better material than they got. So like Thomas Hayden Church gets better material as Sandman. The Lizard gets better material. Electro certainly gets better fucking material.
He has
Defoe has a fucking blast playing both sides, Norman Osborn and the Goblin.
Yeah.
He is fantastic. And the villains are what's great. Now, you couple in all the fan service moments you get, the three Peters like pointing at each other, all the different shit. But the one moment that sets the movie apart, Andrew Garfield catching MJ and realizing he doesn't make the same mistake where he broke Gwen's back. He catches her and then takes the brunt of it and lands. And just his reaction where, you know, he asks her if she's okay. And then she immediately asks him, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I think I'm okay. You know what I mean? And tears are streaming down his face. It's a winning moment for that Spider-Man. It's a winning moment for Garfield. It puts the movie in upper echelon, you know, the best of the best. You know, what we're trying to achieve with comic book movies every time we watch a comic book movie. Far From Home is fantastic. But it's a big but. Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man 2 is in a class all its own now, not money-wise, but it made good money. Spider-Man 2 had a $200 million production budget, $88 million opening weekend, $375 domestic box office, $797 worldwide box office. But if you adjust, it's $721 domestic. So again, another movie where we have talked about the adjusted domestic box office. But the thing about Spider-Man 2, it's a solid 3-act comic book movie. It's well done. It's insanely well acted. Tobey Maguire's great. The plot lines with MJ you could completely cut out. The stuff with Doc Ock and Molina is fantastic. It's one of the reasons Far From Home succeeds so much, because bringing Molina back as Doc Ock is the right thing to do. And in his plot line is great. He's a mad scientist who is trying to give the world the sun, right, in the palm of your hand. And it plays out. He's hurt because his wife died. It's everything you'd want. And there's great fights in it. The fight on the fucking building when he robs the bank and he's throwing awesome steel girders, and in the middle of it, Peter has to rescue Aunt May. It's like, it's the kind of shit you can't expect. But Spider-Man 2, Far From Home, and Brand New Day are all in this. They're rarefied air, the best of the best. You know what I mean? And I just, I would put the original Spider-Man in the top 4. You can't go wrong if you're coming out of a fucking coma and you're like, well, I need to see a comic book movie. Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Spider-Man.
Saying if that's what you're saying coming out of coma, I'm questioning a lot of you. Just questioning.
I didn't say if I'm coming out of a coma. I said if you're coming out of a coma and you want a good comic book movie. I'm not saying that would be what I was questioning. I'm giving you.
I'm just saying if that's what you were getting out of a coma and
That's not what I said. Listen to what I said. If you're coming out of a coma and you want a comic book movie, you could show all 4 of them. That's all I'm saying. And that's my list. I'm going to go Spider-Man 2, Far From Home, Brand New Day, original Spider-Man top 4. What do you guys think of the list?
I can dig it.
I think there's a couple.
Jerry, what were your numbers? You said you had numbers in mind. What were your numbers?
Me?
Yeah, you said numbers earlier.
I didn't really have numbers, but I think 2 is probably the best. I could agree with that.
It's just a really solid structure. It's well placed. He meets Spider-Man early. They're like, he's helping him like do papers and stuff. And then the wheels just come spinning off after his wife dies. And it's just a really good, solid. And then you add Raimi's, again, the sequence in Spider-Man 2 that I think is the best is the sequence where Doc Ock gets created. The hospital sequence is phenomenal. You can't, and only Raimi could have come up with it. Like the woman getting dragged, and all you hear is the chainsaw go on, and then the shadow. You know what I mean? Like, it's fantastic. So that's the list. Spider-Man franchise alive and well, alive and kicking. Movie going, alive and kicking. your son and his buddies are going again. That's good, right? That's a
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, there's a whole gang of them. They went to see Spider-Man. They went to see the Odyssey, and then they went to see back the Michael Jackson movie. Like they've been going pretty consistently, which is kind of cool.
Joe, can you get your mind out of the gutter for 2 seconds? What is up, man? I'm beginning to think those. We're gonna have to talk about in the next meeting. We're gonna have to talk about those hugs. Those hugs might have to talk about human resources or something. I don't know. Okay. We don't know where this is headed, but I'm excited about this. New segment, week 2. Here we go, Jerry. Raven asks, our new weekly segment where she presents delightfully difficult questions to both me and Jerry, and we don't know what's coming. I'm very excited about that. I mean, we don't know what question she's going to ask. Wait a second. I have to change that for Joe. We don't know what question she's going to ask as opposed to the word. Maybe.
So you guys are both married, happily married.
True.
Do either of your wives read smut?
No.
No.
I mean, I think they did. They did with like the 50 Shades thing.
So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So 50 Shades of Grey came out a couple years ago. It was very popular. It was a book series that came out. We've got a new movie coming out that is taking over marketing right now. It's called Wicker. I had like a couple friends get a hold of me and asked me about it. I put
this is the trailer you put up that I didn't watch.
Yes, this is the trailer I put in the chat for you guys to hit and watch.
I did not watch it. So
you did not watch it. So
so I'm really
surprised about
I really am going in fucking blind.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so but this is coming out in October.
Yes, this movie's coming out in October. I don't know why it's coming out in October, but it is. So it also premiered in Sundance this year. It doesn't have a lot to actually go on. So
91% on Rotten Tomatoes, though. 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh no, it's going to do very well. Very well.
What does Wicker have to do with smut?
Okay, I'm gonna bring you around this. So, Wicker premiered at this year's Sundance Film Festival. It was described as the most eyebrow-raising film. It is about a fisherwoman who asks a basket weaver to make her a husband. It is going to be starring Olivia Colman. You may know her from The Crown. Alexander Skarsgård, he's in True Blood, was from True Blood. Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, and Richard Grant from Loki. It's based on a short story called The Wicker Husband by Ursula Wills Jones. And Olivia Colman said it is in the top 3 of the favorite scripts she has ever read.
Gives new meaning to Morning Wood, Anna.
Huh?
New meaning to Morning Wood.
Oh no! So did you watch the trailer?
No, I'm not watching the trailer. I'm just looking at this up.
I did.
So it's at 91% with 22 reviews.
Okay, so I can best describe this trailer as Olivia plays a fisherwoman who the town isn't very kind to. She is single in her late age, has a male job, and she's kind of smelly.
Okay.
This is a period movie. Peter Dinklage plays the town basket maker.
A period costume movie, not a period movie after saying someone's smelly. Let's get that correct.
That's what I was thinking too.
I know what she was saying, but I'm just trying to help.
My brain
that is far worse than from bottom to top.
Okay,
just so we're clear.
Peter Dinklage plays a magical character who weaves baskets and does magic, and he's going to make her a husband.
So Rumpelstiltskin.
And the town folk who were
I
making
like
fun of her, the women begin to really, really, really envy her, and the men, well, they're not very happy that their wives now envy this very tall wicker man who's played by Alexander Skarsgård. Anyhow, this movie is definitely being played as of the 50 Shades of Grey type. And
It's
they are
also being
definitely
called
leaning into it.
a medieval Edward Scissorhands. Wacky, entertaining, and amusing in the right ways.
Entertaining movie about cake.
Right, audacious, captivating film about an outcast woman, her wood-woven husband, and the village that collapses over their love. There are double entendres of plenty with narrative built around wood, but Wicker operates with a level of sophistication that's rare. A raunchy, off-kilter delight that still maintains the author's fairy tale musings. Let's see. Alex Houston Fisher and Eleanor Wilson's ribald fable cast a comedic
the effects of it is amazing.
It reminds me of this, what you're describing. You ever see that
movie? Oh, the Plastic Man?
Yeah.
Pin.
I actually saw that in the Franklin Institute years ago.
Well, yeah, but it's got great reviews. It did very well.
No, the reviews are saying it's great. It's going to be extremely popular. I'm just wondering, how do you feel about this? That is, smut is kind of taking its place in pop culture right now, thanks to 50 Shades of Grey. Which, by the way, if anybody read that movie, read those books, plastic zip ties are unsafe. This is a PSA. Plastic zip ties are unsafe. Do not use them.
I don't think, just so we're clear, I don't think smut goes out of fashion.
Oh no, I don't think it does either.
I don't think smut goes out of fashion. I think every once in a while, I mean, this might be the kind of movie where you know, husband and wife
I'm only calling it that, by the way, because if not, we get demonetized.
Well, no, but I mean, it looks to be a fable that is about.
Alexander Skarsgård is amazing. Olivia Colman is amazing. Peter Dinklage, amazing.
Olivia Colman, by the way, Olivia Colman, when she's an Oscar-winning actress most of the time anyway, but she's especially amazing when she gets rid of like any of the confines of like being a sophisticated British woman. So that's interesting. I think there's been a lot of sex forward movies this summer too, like The Invite. We have the one I Want Your Sex, which is out now, Philip Seymour Hoffman and Olivia Wilde. Right. So I don't think it's unheard of.
I just saw The Invite. Amazing representation of a polyamorous couple. Amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's there. It's always bubbling at the surface. Every once in a while, it takes a zeitgeist to get everybody. You know, it takes something really off, like really wild and wacky to kind of get everybody going again.
Hey,
this looks
I thought it was funny.
It's
a lot of my friends that are housewives that got a hold of me about this. They had asked if it was based on a real book they could read. It's a short story, ladies. You can look it up. It's
okay.
Some fictional lore.
We were just going to talk about Puppet Master for an hour, Jerry.
Hey,
now we have
an inexplicably heartwarming fable.
Horny and heartwarming. Yeah. Vulgar. Yeah. I like vulgar. Vulgar's fun.
Horny and Wait, is it unexpectedly?
Inexplicably? Inexplicably?
Well, I got the pause sign in the middle.
Yeah, unexpectedly heartwarming fable. Okay.
Alexander Skarsgård is amazingly hot.
Yes. And here, this is that our mind works in mysterious ways. Also on the show, it happens all the time. I don't know if you saw this, but this casting rumor came out about an hour ago. Bill and Alexander Skarsgård are being considered for both Professor X and Magneto.
Oh, they get added to the list then for me. I've got also being listed for X-Men that are Emma Frost, Samira Weaving.
Samara
And
Weaving,
Adam
there she is.
Driver
I have her.
is Mr. Sinister.
Samara
So
Weaving
they're all
as
very
as
heavily
the
rumored right now.
Samara Weaving as the white queen is barking up the right tree for me.
I actually really liked her as that. That would be a really good.
She's
casting.
but she's a really good actress. She was great in one of the Scream movies. She's fantastic in the Ready or Not movies.
There was some talk earlier about Carpenter, and I did not like that. So
no, not for Emma. Emma needs to be somebody that can act.
Yes.
Okay. An excellent Raven asked this week. I don't think I could have asked for anything better. That's why it's going to stay. And I will
for it.
That's fine. This is great. This is exactly what we're looking for.
Now
we're looking for
homework. Now we know we have homework.
Now we know we have homework. We gotta watch what she puts in the goddamn chat. Is what it is. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Comments. I don't read anything. Okay, Ashley. There's no need to do that. Actually, I lied. I read divorces, obituaries, and arrest warrants.
She does that.
Well, I think the lady would get arrested for not smelling well. No chance in hell I'll watch this Wicker stuff. Doesn't see the 50 Shades movie either. But why no chance in hell? What if your wife wants to watch it?
I won't lie. I didn't see the 50 Shades.
I don't have a problem. Like, I especially don't have a problem if my wife goes, hey, there's something. You want to watch this? And yeah, the answer is yes.
Ashley's kind of lying. She watched that Orange is the New Black. That was pretty smutty.
That was, there's some good smut. That's a good smutty show. That's a good show. But no chance in hell. That's disappointing.
Spartacus is good.
Spartacus is fine as well. All acceptable things. Game of Thrones, but I think smut is right there. It's always right bubbling. Whether it gets through is, we'll see what happens with Wicker. But now that movie's on my radar, I'll tell you that.
Hey,
Jerry, speaking of radar, sorry, go ahead. I was trying to do a great transition.
I personally, I've never thought about Wicker that way. So, but I like Alexander.
Well, I mean, we don't know how the Wicker's going to work. I mean, that could be a thorny issue, don't you think? Anyway,
I'm gonna weave you some loving,
Jerry. If you have a Wicker man in your basement, I'd be shocked. It would fit in with. What do you got coming for your basement this week? What's good?
Just something a little bit different. So
I like different.
Years back,
we're gonna go watch Wicker.
We went to a horror convention, and I got Gunnar Hansen before he passed on. I got a signature on a T-shirt.
It's coming back to theaters for one night only on August 18th, right?
I'm gonna have to see it.
August 18th. It's the first 4K conversion of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Now this shirt is a Just Before Dawn shirt. I made this shirt because they didn't make a Just Before Dawn shirt. So I bought a kit and I made it. And before the late, great George Kennedy passed, I had him sign this shirt at a convention.
Fucking George Kennedy. That's amazing. George Kennedy and Gunnar Hansen. Nice.
So the last one is kind of a little bit different, but years ago, our drummer, Dave, found this at a yard sale. It's a 1977 Saturday Night Fever shirt.
That is a quality shirt, by the way.
And it's a kid's shirt, and it was still in the plastic. But I had to make my kid wear it at least once. And he did.
For people listening, because we do have people who are listening actively on Podbean and stuff, all the places we're available. Jerry is holding up a picture of a disillusioned child wearing a Saturday Night Fever shirt.
From 77.
I'm getting a personal message from a friend who's listening right now, but is going to sleep. Good night, Stephanie.
I just want to say, put your son back up for a second, and the people who are listening are going to miss this. The look on his face
is
like, creepy. What the fuck am I wearing?
You're wearing this. Just wear it. Put it on.
Just put it on.
Just put it on.
Monkey, dance.
You'll
Dance,
understand
monkey,
when you get
dance.
older that how great it is that you're wearing a
Dance,
shirt from
dance, monkey,
77.
dance. That's incredible.
Just a
Okay.
couple things.
I'm so excited that the two years, both of our segments every week, like you two, every week going forward, you bring it every week. They're very fun segments. There may be I love my Twilight Zone segment, but I don't think it's nearly as good as your two segments. But
The Twilight Zone's good.
that being said,
Sell it short.
Twilight Zone Redux kids, comments first. I will 100%. I will Aries Princess 85. I will 100% take my friends to see Wicker. Welcome, Aries Princess. Thank you for joining us. Watching is different than reading. And she put her just an eyeball roll. Spartacus, worth it for Lucy Lawless alone.
There you go.
Okay, we've crossed over into the Twilight Zone Redux. Every week we do one Twilight Zone episode a week. This week's episode is fan-fucking-tastic. And I cannot think of a more vital and important episode than the episode title is He's Alive, and it's Twilight Zone episode 4, season 4. It aired January 24th, 1963. It's directed by Stuart Rosenberg. It's written by Rod Serling himself. And Jerry, it's so important, and it's such a great fucking episode. And the thing is, Jerry,
He looks so young.
Dennis Hopper is the star of the episode.
Yep.
He plays a kind of a down on his luck character. Dennis
Hopper, like Dennis Hopper speed, Dennis Hopper.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
We're gonna get there. Yeah, wait, we're gonna get there.
You see how young he is.
Look at there he is. There he is, Raven.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna read the opening tag, and we'll get into what the episode's about at its heart, at its soul, and about what Rod Serling brought to the table, and about how fucking woke the Twilight Zone was, and forever shall be. Portrait of a Bush League Führer named Peter Vollmer, a sparse little man who feeds off his self-delusions and finds himself perpetually hungry for want of greatness in his diet. And like some goose-stepping predecessors, he searches for something to explain his hunger and to rationalize why a world passes him by without saluting. That's something he looks for and finds in a sewer. In his own twisted and distorted lexicon, he calls it faith, strength, truth. But in just a moment, Peter Vollmer will ply his trade on another kind of corner, a strange intersection in a shadowland called the Twilight Zone. So Peter Vollmer is a bitter, small man. He's an abused child. He is a person that is, but he has become a person who strongly believes in the convictions and teachings and belief structure of Adolf Hitler. And it's very much but he's a small man, but he has ties in his life. Like the person who lives next door to him is this great old man. And it's just, his name is Ernst Gahn, played by Ludwig Donath. And Ernst has been his neighbor forever. And so, when Vollmer goes out and he talks on the streets and he gets his ass whipped by non-racist people, he shows up at Ernst's apartment, and Ernst says to him, I've taken care of you since you were a kid when you got abused by your father and by your mother, and you would come here every time you had a bad day, and now you're still coming to me, but I don't believe in a single word you say.
Yep.
And so Ernst is it's an amazing performance. He's like, I love you and I care about you as a person, but what you're spewing is absolute garbage.
Yep. And he's getting belittled every time he makes speeches. He's getting belittled for it. And JW froze. Until a shadowy figure visits him. And the shadowy figure starts to coach him. But you can't see this person's face. You could only see darkness and a shadow. and this person starts coaching him in how to make speeches, how to gain crowds, and he starts to gain a following. And as he gains a following, the neighbor who has been with him and talking to him for all these years he feels like he has to do something about it. So he goes in and he sort of belittles him in front of his whole congregation, I guess, or his whole clan, if you will. And it comes to a head, and you find out that the shadowy figure is Hitler.
No. Okay.
And that's kind of what it ends up being. And it ends up collapsing just like it did the first time for Hitler. And he ends up the wee little man that he always was at the end. That's kind of how it ended up being.
Yeah.
So it's a really good episode. It's fantastic. Okay. But the guy
I love that we kind of cover. I know, like, there's a lot of people who like do not understand why we cover like the Twilight Zone. It's an old show. Why do we do it? It's like actually why I enjoy doing it. It's why I don't always like. I've seen a few episodes, but I don't watch it with you guys all the time. Is I like watching it when I feel like, okay, there's a reason I'm watching it. The Twilight Zone is such a important show to the zeitgeist, to pop culture. Like, absolutely. It informs so much of so many different genres that we consider nerd culture these days. Like, okay, this definitely informs sci-fi, and this definitely informs history, but we've had shows that it's informed fantasy, and we've had shows that it informs comics. And the other day I was reading people that didn't seem to like the Odyssey because it had a taste of a certain episode of the Twilight Zone and how it was shot, and just because of certain things. And I was just like, it's funny how this one program can kind of always be referenced.
Absolutely. And JW and I've been watching this since since day one of starting it. And it's exactly what you're saying. Like every episode, I've seen a lot of these, but every episode has some kind of reference that, to something new, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you see something in the Twilight Zone or something today, you could see it came from there.
There's an argument that that all stories have been told, and we're just retelling stories.
It's like variations, right? Variations of human conditions and things of the sort, right?
Yep, and some of the best stories can definitely be told and retold, and some of them are definitely from the Twilight Zone.
But this is certainly one of them for sure.
Definitely,
it's a good episode, and season 4 is a little bit tricky because season 4 is longer. Like all the episodes are like 50 minutes without commercials. They're pretty long, and they probably could narrow it down a little bit. But I mean, this one in particular, this one ran pretty clean without having to narrow it down to like 20 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. This is definitely one I'll have to go back and like watch and be like, it's interesting. Oh, did we get a W back? We got a Joe. Oh, maybe not.
Well, I'm here, but
you're here.
Hi.
I'm unscheduled to be here.
Yeah, he's trying to go. Well, you guys don't really live near each other, so.
No, you don't. But hey, I heard you got a show and a guest coming up. I'm kind of jealous because it's a comic book writer. So.
No, it's not a comic book writer. It's a comic book artist.
Oh, now I'm even more jealous. I only saw like it today, so.
Kelly, yeah. I mean, Batman. He drew the freaking cover of Breaking the Bat. Oh.
He's on, but his microphone's not working.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
I'm back. I can hear.
There you
Rest of the
go.
Oh,
Twilight
there we
Zone.
go.
God, I hate the fucking internet. God, I hate fucking not having
I
stream.
killed the rest of the
No,
plot.
I'm very
of the
jealous
Twilight
either
Zone.
way.
I'm gonna say, okay, really quick. The coolest thing is that at the end of the episode, after everything happens, the coolest thing about the episode is that he starts off as a shadow guy, and my favorite thing is at the end of the episode, he's as Vollmer gets murdered by the police. The shadow just leaves to go somewhere else, and at that point, you get the amazing voiceover of the narration. Where will he go next? This phantom from another time, this resurrected ghost of a previous nightmare: Chicago, Los Angeles, Miami, Florida, Vincennes, Indiana, Syracuse, New York. Any place, every place where there's hate, where there's prejudice, where there's bigotry, he's alive. He's alive so long as these evils exist. Remember that when he comes to your town. Remember it when you hear his voice speaking out through others. Remember it when you hear a name called and minority attacked. Any blind, unreasoning assault on a people or a human being or any human being. He's alive because through these things we keep him alive. And I just, as an episode, as a thing, I can't think of anything more profoundly the moment than this particular episode that we're watching. That's 60 years later. That where you're listening every day and you things that are kept alive, words that are being used in our public discourse. The word appears in this show too. At one point, Peter Vollmer calls the people coming in from other countries vermin who will infest your house. And I just, it's a really great episode. Hopper is fantastic.
You know what I thought was interesting? The symbol, like the torch.
Yeah. Well.
The two torches and like the lightning bolt.
Yeah, the torch is really interesting. And then, like, from a news perspective, the torch comes up and again and again, right? But you think, like, when you watch the Twilight Zone from the 60s, an episode, and then you look at, like, say, the news events that happened in Charlottesville, right, with the guys with the torches, it is literally that kind of torch, and the torches are there when they're speaking at the, like,
they're sideways.
The set design.
They're lit up.
The set design is incredible for this episode. Like, and you know, the old man goes and embarrasses him on stage. That is absolutely stunning. And then the ghost of Hitler says, "You have to go kill him." That Jewish man, they always speak out. They always complain. And Vollmer goes and kills the old man. And I think it's a very, I mean, Serling has such a way he writes people. Fun fact about this particular episode, he's alive. At one point, they were so pleased with the script for it. Rod Serling loved it so much that they cut a scene. The director and the editor cut a scene due to length constraints on the show. And he went to the people at CBS and Paramount at the time and said, "Can we release, if I write 2 or 3 more scenes, can we make it into an hour and a half movie? I'd like it to be shown in theaters. I think it's that good." And actually, Jerry, as you're watching this episode, Hopper's performance is great. The old man is great. The guy playing Hitler's great. The themes are great. It's such a good episode of the show, and I had never seen it.
No, I haven't either.
And it's just how
Jerry, this is definitely one I'm going to have to go and look for. This is very well.
It's incredible. Like the shit
you could tell how good Dennis Hopper is going to be too. Right?
Yeah, because this character
is very young, speaking with passion, and he's like sweating and everything. It's like,
well, this character's going through it. This character's had a rough childhood, a rough life. He gets beat up every weekend on the street, and he just wants to be heard.
Like, is this one of his earlier pieces?
This is his first. It's an introduction. It's his first.
Oh, it's his first.
It's going to be good.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's. I believe it's his first. I don't want to give out bad information.
If it isn't, you can tell that he's well on his way.
But I mean, hold on. They don't. Why don't they have it? Where is his stuff? Career 54 through 66. He was uncredited in Johnny Guitar. He was in Rebel Without a Cause and Giant in 55 and 56. He was also in From Hell to Texas. So it's not his first thing, but it's one of his. I mean, it's a banger of a performance, and it's also like it's a really great. Like the episode is fantastic. The episode is perfectly suited to be watched in this time frame of our lives right now, in this moment, depending on how you feel about things. It will blow your mind with the shit that gets said during his speeches to people in the episode. It's like you could literally hear it. It's a great episode. It's a really great episode.
Very first screen acting role was in the 1955 television medical drama series Medic.
Medic. There you go.
He played a shy young epileptic named Robert in one.
But this character goes through it all. This character he's both an abused child person. He's also going through it where he's misunderstood and disrespected. He then gets respect and understand. Then he gets power. Then he gets, then he's like murdering his friends. Then he murders the old man. Like it's a 50 minutes of really good acting and 50 minutes of a character arc that you can't look away from. And then when it, like the shadow of Hitler, as Vollmer is murdered, the shadow goes to the wall and just leaves the room. And then you see him on another street in another part of America. And it's just, it's fucking brilliant. It's so good. And it's just, again, you could take anything that's being said in our public discourse at any moment, and you can compare it to the shit that Vollmer's saying in the episode. It's close. It's all the shit. There's one whole sequence where it's him just talking to people going, like, do you want to free America? Yes. Do you want your house invaded by the black man or the Jew? No. It's like Serling and Jerry and I, as we're watching these episodes, right? Serling, he has got the pulse of the human race in his pen. He is. I don't think we give him near enough credit for how far ahead of his time he was. We talked about the episode months back where it was the first episode where all black people were on television. Like all the characters in the episode were all black, right? And he's just one of the great gifts. And this episode, I can't believe I've never seen it. And now that I have seen it, I can't forget it. Because I think it's unheralded one of the top 10 episodes of the show. Like it's in that.
The longer episodes don't really get a lot of play.
I don't think the long episodes get a lot of
replay, like the 20 minutes.
And that's a great observation. I also, because they don't fit in, like with the Twilight Zone marathon on New Year's Day, they don't fit in. But I gotta tell you, like, I think some of the early ones are flabby, right? They're a little flabby. Like, the 35 Fathom one was a little flabby.
That could have been
this
20
one.
minutes.
Yeah, this one. No, again, the idea when I read about it today that he could have made it into a movie, I could see that. You know what I mean? Like, I could totally see this being made into a movie.
Could these be possibly done where they could be edited into like part ones, part twos, and like broken up into 20-minute episodes?
Not this one. I don't think you could do this one. This one would be tough because it's.
Like I said,
it's all shifting and edits. Like it goes from Vollmer not being great, talking to the ghost of Hitler, and then becoming great. All happened through like, it's really interesting. It's like the two guys at the bar. It's the old man at the candy store. He's watching everything unfold at the place they're renting, and he's like, and the guy behind the counter is like, 5 days, 3 months ago, nobody listened to him. Now everybody's coming to his sermons. And it's like, it's an edit thing. I don't think it could be edited down. I wouldn't want it to be.
If anything, you could add to it to make it a movie, right?
That's and think about Rod Serling. The other thing that Rod Serling did at some point, he does Planet of the Apes. So it's like,
yeah,
his shit is tight.
Amazing.
Yeah, he writes. I can't not say that he might be the best writer I've ever engaged with writing, just on a regular, for quality control of a TV show. The Twilight Zone is up there. Next week we get episode 5 of season 4. Remember, only 18 episodes in this season. It's called The Mute, and it looks terrifying. Like, I don't know what's happening, but it is directed again by Stuart Rosenberg and Richard Matheson. Again, I Am Legend. So many great, the Omega Man, all the, like, Richard Matheson comes back to the Twilight Zone. And in the preview, Rod Serling's like, we're so happy to have Richard Matheson back on the Twilight Zone. So that's the Twilight Zone Redux, The Mute, next week. Movies coming out this week. I don't know if anything's going to do anything box office wise, but you have 3 movies coming out, all niche movies. Super Troopers 3. If you like Super Troopers, I do. I happen to love them. I think they're funny. So I'm going to be seeing that. Eli Roth's Ice Cream Man opens. Bad reviews.
Mixed reviews.
Not mixed. They're bad.
Ice Cream Man. That's what's his name?
That's
Clint Howard movie.
Clint Howard, but no, it's not.
Yeah,
it's Eli Roth, but they're not mixed. They're not mixed, Raven. I'm
being nice.
You're being nice. They're not mixed.
I saw 2 good reviews and a lot of bad.
They're not mixed. Whatever it is, it's supposed to be very gory. And Eli Roth is out pounding the pavement that he doesn't get any money for movies anymore.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He made his own movie. Yeah, great. And then the other one that's opening, One Night Only. Speaking of smut, Raven, how about a world where single people can only fuck one night of the year?
One night a year.
One night a year. It's from the director of Easy A and Anyone But You. So very good thing. And Callum Turner and Monica Barbaro. Callum Turner is on the list for Bond. So, Raven, what do you got going on? Where can people find your stuff? We've gone long.
So,
I don't think it's going to be as good as that.
Oops. Hold on.
Oh, look, there's the bloody ice cream cone.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as good as Clint Howard Ice Cream Man. The reviews are horrible. Like, I mean, horrible. Raven
I had
was
a couple of
nice.
things I wanted to mention first, but okay.
What'd you
say? We would be remiss if we didn't say that Vincent Passori died.
Big Pussy from the Sopranos.
Also, Dave Bautista looks like he's going to be taking over for Ryan Hurst.
Kratos. That is some of the worst luck ever for that kid.
That is some of the worst luck. He wanted that role so bad.
I don't think Bautista looks fat enough anymore.
No, and
I think he looks thin.
He could do some of the stunt work. That's going to be a lot of hard work to put in for the sword work that Ryan Hurst learned and all that stuff.
See what happens. What else?
Yeah.
Last thing before you tell me where you're going to be.
As for me, I'm sorry. This weekend, I will be at Ye Shall Be Judged, Mike Judge, Office Space and Idiocracy on Saturday night.
Mike Judge's documentary about the American, the state of America, right? The documentary.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to see that at
President Camacho and Gatorade for plants because plants need electrolytes.
Because those 2 movies just hand in hand. They work so well.
They're two of the greatest comedies ever made.
Because you have my stapler. You have my stapler.
Red swing line stapler. Yes.
You have my stapler, and I'm gonna go beat up a printer.
Are they doing that there? Are you going to be able to beat up a printer?
I'm gonna go beat up a printer.
That's fun.
I'm gonna beat up a printer.
Jerry, what do you got? What do you got going on?
We just have
some morning driving, by the way.
Ransom Billion September 5th Swamp Fest.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds so much fun.
Oh,
JW, you should go. JW the Movie Guy, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those places. We are the Indie Escape Network. We have all kinds of good things going on. We have all our shows: Generation Movie, Loud and Nerdy, Symbolistic Cynicism, Technical Defects every other Thursday. 2 big shows coming up for those guys. You got Alex Soe coming on Gabe's show, and then you have Kelly Jones, comic book artist, coming to Technical Defects on Thursday, August 20th. Also, I have a break in the case. We will talk more about it soon, but I do have a break in the case about the.
Also, I'm going to drown on Sunday.
You're not going to drown. The podcast, the podcast Cinema Gems thing. I have a break in the case, maybe.
If I'm not here Tuesday, it means I drowned.
You're not going to drown. Knocking on wood. But I have a break in the case. I may have a hit on this. I'm knocking on Wicker. I may have a hit in the case. Cinema Gems. I'm very close to tracking down the Admiral. Very close to tracking down, but Maestro. Very excited. Very excited. It's BUT, not BUTT.
Okay,
BUT.
since he's shouting out for her people, Mercury Stardust. I think you are amazing. You want to do an AEW podcast? Contact me.
Okay. What? Trying to get off the network? Are you doing like a Jesus Christ? Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. I'll be there.
MJF in a movie coming out soon.
new release Friday. I don't know what I'm going to be seeing, but Super Troopers will definitely be part of it. Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody have a great week. Stay safe. Go see some movies. Go see Spider-Man. Well worth it. Bye.
Bye.